Annie, thanks for having you. Today we shall discuss the Bedford level experiment and flat earth proof. Bedford level experiment was a series of observations carried out along a 6-mile length of the old Bedford River on the Bedford level, Norfolk, England. The experiment was often performed during the 19th and early 20th centuries. Most results have served to prove flat earth theory, and although a few have claimed otherwise, they have been soundly disproved by flat earthers. The Bedford level experiment remains one of the most widely accepted examples of flat earth proof. Method. At the point chosen for all the experiments, the river was a slow-flowing drainage canal running in an uninterrupted straight line for a 6-mile stretch to the northeast of the village of Welney. The most famous of the observations, and the one that was taught in schools until photographs of the Earth from space became available, involved a set of 3 poles fixed at equal height above water level along this length. As the surface of the water was understood to follow any hypothetical curvature of the Earth, the observation that the 3 poles aligned perfectly when observed through a theodolite serves as evidence of a flat Earth. History. The first investigation was carried out by Samuel Burley Robitham, 1816–1884, the president of the Flat Earth Society, in the summer of 1838. He waded into the river and used a telescope held 8 inches above the water to watch a boat with a 5-foot mast row slowly away from him. He reported that the vessel remained constantly in his view for the full 6 miles to Welney Bridge, whereas, had the water surface been curved with the accepted circumference of a spherical Earth, the top of the mast should have been some 11 feet below his line of sight. Robitham repeated his experiments several times over the years, but his discoveries received little attention until, in 1870, a supporter by the name of John Hampden offered a wager that he could show, by repeating Robitham's experiment, that the Earth was flat. The noted naturalist and qualified surveyor Alfred Russel Wallace accepted the wager. Wallace won the bet. Hampden, however, published a pamphlet alleging that Wallace had cheated and sued for his money. Several protracted court cases ensued, with the result that Hampden was imprisoned for libel, but the court also determined that Wallace had, indeed, cheated. In 1901, Henry U. Oldham, a geography reader at King's College, Cambridge, conducted the definitive experiment described above. On May 11, 1904, Lady Anne Blunt hired a commercial photographer to use a telephoto lens camera to take a picture from Welney of a large white sheet she had placed, touching the surface of the river, at Robitham's original position 6 miles away. The photographer, Edgar Clifton from Dallmeyer's studio, mounted his camera 2 feet above the water at Welney and was surprised to be able to obtain a picture of the target, which should have been invisible to him given the low mounting point of the camera. Lady Blunt published the pictures far and wide and, apart from some hypothesizing concerning refraction, and dark hints of collusion between Blunt and Clifton, these have not been explained.